Nomvula Mokonyane never declared a 2 million rands gift. That was a down payment on a luxury Aston Martin sports car, but sweaters, a bag, and a 10,000 rands worth of Telkom shares made the cut, records show. Mokonyane admitted to receiving the payment last week during her testimony at the Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture. A copy of her declaration of interests obtained from the Gauteng provincial legislature, spanning more than 10 years from 2004 to 2014, reveals Mokonyane did not declare the 3 million rands Aston Martin or any of the luxury benefits she has admitted to receiving in testimony to Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, falling short of what she was required to do by law. The documents, which News 24 has seen, is missing declarations for 2010, 2011, and 2005-2006, but Mokonyane admitted to receiving the luxury vehicle in 2013, which was during her stint as Gauteng Premier. The records show she not only failed to list any vehicles, but also other benefits, income-bearing assets, employment outside the legislature, and gifts, including hospitality and sponsorship, travel or pensions. However, secreted away in this frugal appearance of her declarations sits her 3 million rands Aston Martin birthday gift, extravagant parties, and friends with seemingly deep pockets. The facade came crashing down during testimony at the Commission, during which Mokonyane confessed to receiving a 2.2 million rands contribution from family friend Thaba Mufamadi to purchase the new Aston Martin for her 50th birthday. In return, she said, Mufamadi would partner with her husband, Serge Mokonyane, on a lucrative Eskom contract. According to the Executive Members Ethics Act, which applies to premiers, ministers, and MECs, members are required to submit their declarations of interest within 60 days of assuming office to ensure transparency and accountability. A member must update their declarations when they acquire any financial interest, including gifts, sponsored foreign travel, pensions, and other material benefits received by family members or people who the members has a close relationship with. Regular appearances in Mokonyane's declarations to the legislature include houses in Noordhuel and Kagiso in Krugersdorp, Gauteng, an unknown number of Telkom shares, and her business Mabasa Consulting. In 2004, Mokonyane declared 25 standard bank sweaters and one small bag under gifts and hospitality, which was then crossed out. In the same year, she declared her work with an education NGO, as well as a women's shelter for which she seemingly was not paid. She also declared Telkom shares valued at 10,000 rands, however, no clarification was given on the number of shares she held. Declarations for the years following are minimal, particularly for 2013, the year Mokonyane was gifted the 3 million rands Aston Martin. Rules silent on former members. The legislature's Integrity Commissioner, Dr. Ralph Majima, said the register of members' interests had been reviewed in several areas since 2014. News 24 understands the sections relating to loans have been tightened since then. In the register of members' interest, there are sections in which members declare gifts and loans. The sections are titled Gifts and Benefits. Members who do not comply with any part of the code face being sanctioned by a relevant committee of the legislature, Majima added. He said the code and rules of the legislature apply to current members, but not former ones. The rules are silent on former members of the legislature. However, transgressions by former members of the legislature can be followed up through other legal routes and continue to be a measure of the member's level of integrity. Multimillion rands, contribution from a family friend. According to her testimony at the Commission, Mokonyane revealed she was gifted the car for her 50th birthday. My husband had been doing some work, including trying to get contracts coming from Eskom and so forth, a case we are still fighting now about the evergreen project of Eskom. In our own understanding of why my 50th birthday is very important, we discussed, and one of the things that we agreed on is that we need something I will be happy with, and he will work with me to make sure that I get it. Mokonyane said an agreement was struck between family friend Mufamadi and her husband, in which Mufamadi would pay 2.2 million rands for a down payment on the Aston Martin, and in return he would partner with him on the lucrative Eskom contract. TEHE were able to make this assistance, which in return, they were going to be part of a partnership on the work of the Eskom contract. That's how the deposit was made, she added. The important thing that I assisted on was to make direct contributions myself as well, so I made that contribution. Together with the 2 million rands, Mokonyane paid around 900,000 rands in installments to the bank for the car, the commission heard. I must say, we are a family that have friends who understood our pain of always being deprived of opportunities. And this Eskom issue was almost on the table. It was a done deal, and unfortunately until today people at Eskom made sure that it remained with those that have been doing that job for over 25 years. She added, however, if the Eskom contract was not successful, she would need to pay Mufamadi's money back. But if was successful, he would be invited to be part of it, as it was an arrangement. News 24 tried for more than a week to obtain comment from Mufamadi, who did not respond by the time of publication. Mokonyane said she would not